Turkey season's over with, and our thoughts have kind of switched to deer hunting. But the minute the season's over, you just start thinking about deer hunting, and your mind kind of switches back to scouting and where the deer are at. So me and Chance decided to come out today, scout that southern public land unit that we hunted. Chance hunted here last year mostly by himself, but we've seen some good deer numbers down in here, and he found this spot in here. He says it looks good, right off the road. Don't think anybody's even coming in here. So we decided to come in today, just walk through it, scout it real quick, see what we can find. Edges have edges.
That's why I was going to ask you that earlier. Because I thought that's what it was.
Plant ID. Some type of sedge. Nebraska sedge, since we're in Nebraska?
Go for it.
Alright. So we'll call it. So we're down here in Nebraska doing a little bit of scouting today. And we have like the most gigantic poison ivy ever on this piece of property. Look at this. It's as big as my hand. But like this poison ivy is ridiculous, and it's like that's not even half as tall as what it'll be. It'll be like head high in some places.
By the time July rolls
yeah.
around.
And I don't think we get it, which is good because it'd be screwed. Right now I'm right next to a river that runs through here, and the stuff's really thick. But behind the camera here, there's a slight rise. This ground is just super flat. It's just river bottom. Like I said, similar to what we're hunting down there, where we seen all those bucks last year, there's a slight rise. And where that rise is, they like to bed off that, and they'll even walk it. Now I was walking up here and just got down here, and something blew at me, and there's something bedded right up here. So I'll go check that out. But they like to bed here, put that to their back with the wind coming over their back, over that hill, and they can look out this way on this river bottom. Most stuff isn't even going to come from that river bottom side because there's a river right there. They can smell anything back here. So they like to put their back up against here and look out here into this river bottom. So I'm going to go up here and see if I can't find this bed up here. Yeah, you see right here, got a nice trail running up into these woods, and then goes out here to the river that you can see right there. I'm gonna run up in this trail to see what's here. Looks like the bed might be right there, but we'll check it out. I didn't want to do it. Did not want to go out into this river because there's like 6 foot tall cattails or canary grass, but interest has got the best of me, so I'm gonna do it. Talk about some pretty wicked grass to bed in. They can just bed right down here in the river, like right here. So I just mentioned it as I was coming up out of here. That stuff back here is just like 4 or 5 feet tall canary grass, and it's here for most of the year. And as long as you don't get a high water and get a lot of rain, and this doesn't flood, that grass will stand that tall. And those deer will just bed down right in here. And if you look right here, right where I came up out of this trail, there's a bed right here. They'll just plop right down here in this, and it's also in a little bit of a divot. Gets them a little lower, plop down right in here. Nothing's gonna see them. They're gonna hear you coming for miles walking through the woods or walking out here. So early season, you might be able to get in here. They might just stand up right up out of this stuff. You sit up right here, sneak in on that side, down the river, something might just stand right up out of their beds here in this high canary grass, as long as you don't get too much water. We had quite a bit of water last year, so that wasn't a real option, but it is this year. And you can see there's a trail right here I might follow. So I walked probably another 10-15 yards up here. There's this big tree, this maple tree right here. This maple tree leans out over this, kind of dives off from up there, kind of creates this overhang, and there's a bed right here. The deer's been bedded right here. You got all these overhanging branches. It just makes it feel secure. A lot of times you can find something like that, especially in like a marshy, low-lying area like this. You get those overhanging branches. They like to bed up underneath those. And you can see, you get down in here, He's just been eating and trampling and laying down on all this canary grass. But you can see how matted down it is right here. He's just been laying right here. And I bet if I go up underneath there, we'll find more. But this maple tree is also something to look for. They're native here to Nebraska, I believe. I think my water bottle's leaking. This ought to be interesting. My water bottle is definitely leaking all over my pants. Let's investigate this. Yep, it's leaking. I'll just drink. But anyway, like I was saying, this maple tree is something to look for. There's a tree that's native here in Nebraska. You find them a lot down these river bottoms. We don't see them like you might if you're in Iowa with oak trees where they're just everywhere, but you will find them pretty good along these river bottoms, and it's something that deer will eat. They love maple leaves, especially in the fall. So pretty good spot for it to bed down right there, I think. Especially in the fall, I can see a buck laying right up underneath that stuff. Like, I think he might even be laying just right here. Yep, right here. So, you can see that hair. That buck is laying right here. Buck bed right here, I think. I'm gonna walk down this river a little bit and see if I can't find some more. Turkey poop. We looked for turkeys down here forever and didn't find any. Might have just found the tracks of that big boy that's making that bed right there. Another bed right there. Kind of starting to see a pattern of them liking to bed down in this tall grass that runs along the river bottom. You can see behind me here, it just runs all the way straight back, and you got the woods over here and the woods over there, but there's these sandbars here. And like I said, as long as you don't get a lot of water in the spring and summer where it's going to flood that stuff out, it'll still be here come September 1st for the opener, and they like to bed in this stuff. If you can somehow get in that side, pop up on the river, you might be able to see one and kind of do an observation sit and then move in, but it seems like they like to bed here in all this tall grass as long as it don't get flooded out. Holy schmolies, that dropped off fast. Oh! Found some water. That'd be bed right there. Bed right here. Bed right there. Bed right there. Bed right there. Like I said, I think they're bedding along here, especially early season. I think this is a good early season spot. You can pop up in one of those trees right there. I'm gonna get down here and see if they can't. They're bedded in this stuff. They're probably not gonna see us climb up in a tree out there. Not really. This stuff will get taller. As you can see, I'm down in here right now. It's pretty thick and pretty tall. Something beds in here that can feel pretty secure. What I'm doing down in here now, though, is making sure that we can go walk on the other side of that river without them seeing us and be able to pop up in a tree over there, climb up in it without them seeing us. And I think we can do it. There's enough foliage on the trees, especially early September, we can get in and do that. We just have to fight the mosquitoes probably. So over there is where we're going to try to set up. Walk along there, just inside that edge. Put a tree stand in one of those trees. Look down this river, see if we can't see something walking, coming up out of a bed somewhere. If we can see him standing up out of something, either coming from the other side, hopefully he comes to the river, we can get a chance at him. anything in there?
There's a little ridge that runs just inside.
Yeah, I started walking that.
I mean, that looks okay. I didn't see anything.
Found a bunch of beds. Found a big bed, and then a bunch of other beds. Tracks right down by the river, big tracks. I think there's a buck bed right there. They're just bedding in that tall canary grass right on the edge of the river. Because there's a bank. As long as they don't flood, they'll just bed there. There's just a whole bunch just right on the edge, just beds and beds and beds. Underneath an overhanging maple, back up underneath there. There's heron and stuff, and a bunch of other beds. They're just plopping down in that tall grass. Didn't see much of a rut sign. Like they're in there during the rut, but I think they're there early season because that grass is still tall.
Yeah.
They just bed in the river as long as it doesn't flood. As long as it doesn't flood, I think you can go in there as long as you can deal with the mosquitoes.
Yeah, I had like one mosquito on me, but I didn't notice the mosquitoes.
They're not bad in early September. I'd walk down that. So they're probably going to go to those beans that are going to be over there.
Yeah.
You can walk down it. They're not going to see you. So they stand up on the edge. You can look down the river.
Yeah.
They're just going to stand up. Any of those overhanging trees, like bucks, are just going to stand up at.